The power of a focused mind is the power that reshapes destinies. The difference between the average and the extraordinary is not talent, not luck, but the ability to lock the mind on a single target until it bends reality to fit its vision. Most people are not defeated by failure, are destroyed by distraction. They start strong, full of fire, then lose themselves in noise. Every scroll, every unnecessary conversation, every wasted thought steals energy from their purpose. To change your life, you must become ruthless with your focus. Train your mind like a warrior trains his weapon, sharpen it daily, guard it fiercely, and never point it toward weakness. Simple habits build the empire of the mind. Wake up with intention, not confusion. Start your day in silence, not with a phone in your hand. Write your goals, repeat them until they burn into your subconscious. Cut away what doesn't say Ibracha of your mission, because every maybe is a chain around your potential. A focused mind doesn't chase, it attracts. It doesn't wish, it decides. It doesn't talk, it executes. You don't need more motivation, you need direction. You don't need more time, you need control of your attention. The world ru ibra args those who can stay locked in when everyone else is distracted. One focused year can replace 10 years of wandering. One disciplined habit can shatter decades of doubt. Everything you desire already exists, waiting for you to claim it, but it demands your full concentration, your full faith, your full energy. So, stop scattering your power. Stop giving pieces of your mind to everything that doesn't matter. Choose your vision, narrow your focus, and build daily habits that make distraction impossible. When your mind is fully aligned with your purpose, no obstacle can stand in your way. That I, the power of a focused mind, the power to create, to conquer, to transform your life from ordinary to unstoppable. The mind, when focused, becomes the most powerful force in existence. It is the silent engine that drives every great achievement in history. Every invention, every empire, every act o Hebruk of genius began with a single mind that refused to scatter its energy. Focus is not a gift, it is a choice, a discipline, a habit that separates the weak from the unstoppable. When your mind locks onto a purpose with absolute clarity, the world has no choice but to move aside. The universe itself bend abruki es to a focused mind, because focus is pure energy directed with precision, while distraction is that same energy wasted and broken. Most people lose not because they lack talent, but because they allow their thoughts to drift like dust in the wind. They start 10 things, finish none, and wonder why their dreams never manifest. But the few who master the art of focus, those who train their minds to ignore noise and stay locked on one vision, become unstoppable creators of their destiny. The world belongs to the focused. Every great man and woman who changed history shared this one trait. They ku ebri ld, hold a sing. The thought long enough to turn it into reality. Focus builds momentum, and momentum builds miracles. But the tragedy of modern life is that people are drowning in distractions, addicted to constant noise, unable to sit with silence. They call it boredom, but in truth, it is weakness e. They quit when it gets boring, distracted when it gets hard, and start again when motivation returns. But the secret is not motivation, it's discipline. Discipline is focus in action. It's doing what needs to be done even when your emotions don't agree. It's choose your vision over your comfort, your purpose over your pleasure. Each day you stay consistent, your focus sharpens, your will strengthens, your identity changes. If you want to transform your life, stop trying to change everything. Just master focus. Focus on one goal, one habit, one skill, and viet everything you have. Eliminate the unnecessary. Simplify your environment, your routine, your thoughts, because focus thrives in simplicity and dies in chaos. When you live with focus, your mind becomes calm, your purpose becomes clear, and your results become inevitable. You begin to see that nothing is out of reach, not because life got easier, but because you got sharper. The mind, when focused, is the architect of miracles. It can turn poverty into abundance, fear into courage, dreams into empires. But it demands your devotion. You must train it, discipline it, and direct it daily. And you will discover the true secret of power, that everything you need to change your life is already inside you, waiting for your focus to awaken it. Focus is the bridge between thought and reality. Master it and you master everything. Distraction is the silent killer of dreams. It doesn't destroy you all at once, it steals your destiny, one small interruption at a time. It's not the massive failures that keep people from greatness, it's the quiet moments when focus is lost, when the mind wanders, when attention drifts to what doesn't matter. Distraction is clever. It disguises itself abracas rest, as entertainment, as harmless scrolling. But what it really does is weaken your discipline, scatter your energy, and blur your vision. Every time you allow it to take control, you move further from your purpose. Greatness is not defeated by lack of potential, it's suffocated by the noise of endless distractions. The difference between the ordinary and the extraordinary is not intelligence or talent, it's attention. The one who can focus when others can't will always win, because focus multiplies power while distraction drains it. Every dream starts strong with passion, with hunger, with fire. But as days pass, distractions creep in. The fire fades not because the dream lost meaning, but because attention was divided. The phone rings, the world calls, the noise grows, and the vision that once felt unstoppable begins to fade into the background. This is how dreams DNA by force, bu ibriki by neglect. People don't lose because they lack time, they lose because they waste it. They don't fail because they're not capable, they fail because they are distracted by the things that have no connection to their purpose. You cannot hit a target you no longer see. The distracted mind lives in fragments. It starts one thing, jumps to another, and ends up exhausted, unfulfilled, and confused. If you want to change your life, you must declare war on distraction. You must recognize it for what it is, an invisible thief stealing your future. Every minute of attention wasted on something meaning ibrashi less is a minute stolen from what could have built your empire. The truth is simple. Success is not built by talent alone, but by the ability to guard your focus like a soldier guards his weapon. Focused energy is pure power. When your attention is locked on a single goal with total conviction, you become a force that cannot be stopped. The world bends to the will of the focused, and it breaks the spirit of the distracted. The human mind was not designed for chaos, it was designed for clarity. Yet in today's world, most people live trapped in mental chaos. They are always connected, yet disconnected from themselves. They are surrounded by information, yet starved for wisdom. They are entertained endlessly, but fulfilled by nothing. Distraction doesn't just waste time, it destroys depth. It kills creativity, weakens discipline, and breeds anxiety. The more distracted you become, the less POV where you have to build anything meaningful. Because focus is where creation begins, and distraction is where destruction starts. Every successful person learned one vital truth: control your focus, and you control your life. Distractions will always exist, they never disappear. You decide how much power they hold. You must build habits that make focus your default setting. Wake up with intention, not confusion. Don't start your day reacting to messages, news, or noise. Begin your morning in silence, plan, visualize, and commit to what truly matters. Set boundaries that protect your mind from endless interruptions. Because when your focus breaks, your energy leaks, and when energy leaks, results fade. The price of distraction is higher than most people realize. It costs you not just time, but momentum, confidence, and mastery. Every time you start and stop, you lose rhythm. Every time you switch attention, you weaken your intensity. That's why the greatest achievers guard their focus with extreme discipline. Understand that progress is not built on intensity alone, but on sustained attention. They live by design, not by impulse. They know that the ability to stay centered when everyone else is scattered is the true edge in life. Distraction is not just external, it's internal too. Doubt, fear, worry, and procrastination are all internal distractions. They whisper lies to your mind telling you that you have time, that you'll start later, that perfection must come first. But very delay weakens your momentum. The mind must be trained to silence these voices and return to purpose. Focus is not something you find, it's something you build through discipline. It's the habit of bringing your attention back to the goal again and again, no matter how many times it drifts. The mind, once trained to focus, becomes unstoppable. It can turn ordinary habits into extraordinary results. But if you let distraction rule, you'll live in constant motion without meaning. Days will pass, months will fade, and years will vanish, and your dreams will remain dreams, never realities. That is the silent tragedy of distraction. It doesn't shout, it whispers. It doesn't destroy suddenly, it erodes slowly. And one day you wake up realizing that what could have been greatness has been traded for comfort, convenience, and noise. To rise above the ordinary, you must build a mental fortress, Brücke. Cut away everything that steals your focus, negative people, useless entertainment, endless scrolling, and shallow conversations. Replace them with habits that sharpen your mind, reading, thinking, creating, working on your craft. Every time you resist distraction, you strengthen your will. Every Brücke you choose purpose over pleasure, you sharpen your edge. Discipline and focus are muscles. The more you use them, the stronger they become. Distraction may be the silent killer of dreams, but focus is the loud voice of destiny. When you control your attention, you control your world. The future belongs to those who can stay locked in while everyone else is looking around. Every great life is built in silence, through focus, through consistency, through small daily victories. So guard your mind, protect your time, and fix your eyes on your purpose with unshakable conviction. When you do, distraction will lose its grip, and your dreams will no longer be whispers, they will become reality. Every great transformation begins with disciplined daily habits, not with motivation, not with inspiration, not with luck, but with the quiet, consistent repetition of small actions that build power over our time. The world celebrates success, but it rarely understands the grind that creates it. Discipline is the unseen architect behind every great life. It's the force that transforms chaos into clarity, dreams into results, and potential into power. You cannot rise to greatness on willpower alone. You rise on structure, on consistency, on the invisible rituals that you repeat when no one is watching. Discipline doesn't shout, it whispers, and those who listen shape their destiny. Every person who has ever achieved something extraordinary began the same way, by mastering their habits. Habits are the invisible threads that weave the fabric of your future. Every action you take either strengthens or weakens your foundation. You do not decide your destiny in one big moment. You decide it in the thousands of small choices you make each day. When you wake up early instead of sleeping in, when you choose to work instead of scroll, when you persist instead of quit, you are voting for your future. Each act of discipline builds a layer of strength, and over time those layers become unbreakable walls of confidence and control. The truth most people ignore is that transformation is not dramatic. Brücke is subtle, quiet, almost invisible. You don't wake up one day transformed, You become transformed through repetition. Discipline is not glamorous, it's often dull, lonely, and demanding. But it is in those moments when no one claps, when no one notices it, your future is being built. Success is an abracot, a sudden explosion of greatness. It is the slow accumulation of daily effort done with precision and purpose. Those who rely on motivation fade when the feeling disappears, but those who live by discipline rise no matter how they feel. Motivation ignites the fire, discipline keeps it burning when the world goes dark. Most people fail not because they set their goals too high, but because they lack the daily habits to reach them. They dream of massive change, but refuse to master the small routines that create it. They chase intensity over consistency, wanting instant results without enduring the repetition that success demands. But real change happens when discipline becomes identity, and you no longer need to push yourself because it's simply who you are. When your habits align with your purpose, you no longer battle your mind. Every morning you move with certainty. Discipline is not Hebrew punishment, it is power. It's the art of saying no to weakness and yes to greatness. Each time you keep a promise to yourself, you build self-respect. Each time you follow through, your belief in your own power grows. And that belief compounded daily becomes unstoppable momentum. The mind trained in discipline stops chasing comfort and starts creating meaning. It doesn't wait for perfect conditions, it creates progress with whatever is available. Discipline is the root of freedom because it gives you control over your life. Without it, you are a slave to impulses, moods, and distractions. Fit. You become the master of your reality. Transformation, not a single act, it's a series of deliberate repetitions. One disciplined day becomes one disciplined week. One disciplined week becomes one disciplined month. And one disciplined month can change the entire direction of your life. When you practice discipline long enough, it no longer feels like sacrifice, it feels like alignment. You start to crave growth instead of comfort, progress instead of distraction, victory instead of excuses. You realize that every small, consistent act compounds into massive results. The same way water es abraca shapes stone not through force but through persistence, discipline shapes destiny through repetition. The greatest transformations are never loud, they're built in silence, in early mornings and late nights, in moments when no one is watching. The athlete who trains before sunrise, the writer who writ ebook es when tired, the entrepreneur who keeps building despite failure are guided by the same force-disciplined habits. Their consistency becomes their identity, and their identity becomes their power. While others search for shortcuts, they repeat the fundamentals. While others chase instant gratification, they invest in patience, and that is why they rise while others fall. To master discipline, nay, you must learn to control your environment and your mind. Surround yourself with structure, not chaos. Eliminate what weakens your focus. Set routines that support your vision and follow them relentlessly. There will be days when you feel no motivation, days when the path seems heavy, but discipline is not about feelings, it's about commitment. The discipline do not wait for the right mood, they create it through motion. Each time you act with discipline despite resistance, you are rewriting the code of your character. Discipline demands sacrifice, but the price of indiscipline is far greater. Indiscipline steals potential quietly. It makes you comfortable in mediocrity and fearful of effort. It convinces you that tomorrow will be better while wasting today. But tomorrow never changes when less today does. The power to transform your life exists only in your daily actions, not in your future intentions. Every disciplined act is a declaration that you are taking control of your life, that you will no longer live as a victim of circumstances, but as a creator of outcomes. Every great transformation begins with disciplined daily habits, because discipline is the foundation upon which all greatness is built. The world may tempt you with ease, comfort, and distraction, but those are illusions designed to keep you ordinary. Discipline gives you something far greater: power, freedom, and purpose. When you commit to your habits commit to you. They shape your thoughts, your emotions, your results, and over time they shape your destiny. So build your discipline like a fortress. Protect your routines, guard your focus, and refuse to compromise with weakness. The man or woman who lives with daily discipline is unstoppable, because they have mastered the hardest battle, the battle against themselves. Transformation is not magic, it's the reward for consistent, disciplined effort. Do the work, stay committed, and your life will not just change, it will evolve beyond recognition. Success belongs to those who master attention, not time. Time is equal for everyone, but attention is not. Every person on this planet is given 24 hours, yet some rise to greatness while others remain stuck in mediocrity. The difference lies in how they direct their attention, what focus on, what they ignore, and how deeply they commit to what truly matters. Most people waste their days trying to manage time when what they really need is to master attention, because where your attention goes, your energy flows, and where your energy flows, results grow. Time doesn't create success, focus does. You can have all the time in the world, but without focus it means nothing. 1 hour of undivided attention can accomplish more than 10 hours of scattered effort. Attention is the true currency of power. It decides what you think, how you feel, and what you become. When your attention is fragmented, your life becomes fragmented. When your attention is disciplined, your life becomes powerful. The modern world is designed to steal your attention, to keep you distracted, reactive, and unfocused. Every ping, every notification, every piece of digital noise pulls you away from your purpose. You live in a battlefield of attention, and the one who can protect and control it will always dominate. Distraction may feel harmless, but it's deadly. It kills focus, weakens creativity, and wastes potential. The mind is like a magnifying glass. Whatever it focuses on burns brighter. But most people let it drift aimlessly, never realizing the fire it could ignite if only it were directed. The most successful people are not those who do the most, are those who focus the most. They are ruthless with their attention, giving it only to what moves them closer to their goals. They don't chase every opportunity, they choose the right one and give it everything. They understand that multitasking is a myth, that trying to do everything means doing nothing well. True mastery requires